fell down the stairs. Hey guys, it's Sydney here, and today I'm going to be talking about the car crash I was in recently. It was actually a few weeks back, because we were heading back from church camp and it happened. But I was debating on whether doing a video about this for like a while. That's why I just did it now. Because my Valentine's Day horror story video is the most popular video on my channel. So I decided I would film my crash video, which is also kind of a horror story video, but it's not going to be as funny. But I guess I'll just jump right into it. We were on our way back from church camp. It was the 29th of June. Yeah, June 29th. And we were coming back, and the drivers had just switched. It was my youth pastor driving, but his wife started to drive. And there's a trailer behind this big van, and I don't know what happened. There was something in the road on an already windy highway that she swerved to miss, I think. And we started to go into a ditch. We rolled over many times, and when it started to happen, I was like half asleep. So I woke up and I was like, what is going on? So I figured out, I was like, we're in a crash, and so everything was just going everywhere. And if anybody tells you that crashes are in slow motion, it's so true, because everything was just going everywhere, but I was just in a daze. It felt like I was suspended in the vehicle. I didn't feel anything until we stopped. So when the car landed, finally it stopped. It was on its side. I was on the driver's side. It was tilted onto its right side. So I was on top of my friend, and she was like, Sydney, come on, get out, or whatever. And so I ended up, Birkenstocks, I had Birkenstocks on, which are, if you don't know what they are, they're sandals with leather straps over the top, or any way you want them really, but I had those. And whenever your foot is dangling, they don't stay on, so I had one shoe. And if you know how expensive those shoes are, I lost $70 that day. Plus my $30 sweatshirt that I had just bought. So I lost $100 that day. Anyway, I decided to get out. Well, I didn't decide to get out. Obviously, you're supposed to get out. But I was bloody all on my left side, and I was just freaking out, and everyone was screaming there, call 911, call 911. And let me tell you, I had these new Apple earbuds because I lost my earbuds, but my dad had just got me new ones for my birthday. I had them, they were still, I was listening to music, they were still plugged into my phone. I had my phone still in my hand the whole time. I just ripped them out of my phone, called 911, and they were on the ground somewhere. I just lost them. I don't even know. So I lost my headphones, and I called 911, and I was like, we've just been in an accident, oh my god. And I was freaking out, and the lady was like, sweetheart, calm down. Can you give me your location? And we were on the way back from Shell Knob, Missouri to Arkansas on some random road, and I was asleep in the back of the car. I'm like, I have no idea where we're at this point, and I'm like, I can pinpoint location on my phone, blah, blah, blah. But I guess she just wasn't having any of that, because she was just like, sweetheart, I need to know where you are. I'm like, I can give you location from maps and stuff, and she's just I don't know what she's doing, but she's not listening to me. So Lena's like, Sydney, can I have your phone? Let me talk to them, or whatever. And so Lena talks to them, and I'm kind of walking up the hill more. And so Lena gets off the phone, and I'm like, okay, I need to call my dad. So I call my dad, and the first thing I say, I'm like, we've been in a car accident, I'm okay. I had to tell him that I was okay, because I didn't want him to start freaking out on me. But I don't think he really would have, but he was like, okay, you're okay, that's all I need to know. And I was like, but I really have to go, because I was like, there's still people in that car. I didn't know. I was in the very back of the van. I didn't know about the people in the front. One of my friends, when I got out, she had a bloody eye. She was screaming at us. I couldn't do anything, And so I was waiting, and my arm and leg, they were bloody and stuff, and I was just I don't know what to do. I had a sock on my left foot, and I had a sock and a shoe on my right foot, and my left foot was burning from the pavement. So I took off my right shoe, took off my right sock, and I took off my left sock because it was blood all over my left sock because of my leg. And I swapped socks and just threw that sock somewhere. I was like, I don't need you. And so some lady pulled over on the side of the road. So we got in her car, and we were sitting there with air conditioning, and I was still bloody. And I was just like, you know what do normal people do? Not take Snapchats of their bloody selves, but I did. So we were sitting in the car, and we could see everything that was happening. There was this one lady, and she was from, like, there was people behind us from our church, from, like, the church camp that we were just at, and they were, like, minutes down the road, so they, like, came upon the crash, and they, like, got out, because obviously they're good citizens, and I don't know. And so they saw us, and they got out, and they came up to us, and they were like, "Are you guys okay? Blah, 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 blah." And then the lady we were in her truck, she lived nearby there, and she, like, called someone. She was like, "Hey, I need a case of water here, blah, blah, blah." And so finally they brought the water, and they, like, washed me off as much as they could. And someone had a first aid kit. So, like, they wrapped my arm up in gauze. I had stitches on my leg, but where they put the stitches, I just had a Band-Aid on there. I had a Band-Aid on there, okay? So my phone starts to ring. My mom calls. I was like, "Hello?" And she's like, "Sydney, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine." She's like, "I heard there was a fatality." I was like, "No one died, Mom. It's okay. It's okay." And so I was like, "I'll give you my location, whatever, blah, 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 later. I don't know where exactly they're taking us." And so then we got in the ambulance, and we were sitting there, and there was trouble with one of my friends. Like, she was like, "I can't leave. My parents need to come get me. I can't leave here." And we're like, "They can come get you from the hospital. They can come get you from the hospital." And she was like, "No, I can't go." And she was freaking out, and we're just like, "You're not even hurt. I need to get cleaned up. You're not even hurt. Just get in the ambulance and come on." So I was like freaking out, and I was like, "Come on." And so then everything calmed down. In the ambulance, I was like, "Hey, where are we going?" And he was like, "Ozarka, blah, 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 whatever." And so I texted my sister the location, because she was with my mom. And later we got to the hospital. No one was there yet. Like, my dad, no one was there yet. And so we got there, and they, like, assessed everyone, like, the whole back and stuff injury, because we could still be in shock and not know. No, like, underlying problems that, like, would cause us to, like, drop dead the next day or something. And while I was getting my arm and leg cleaned up or whatever, my mom shows up, and she's like, "Oh my God, Sydney, I'm glad you're okay." And they show up with, like, chocolate smoothie. I'm just like, "Thanks." And this whole time, like, until now, like, after they cleaned me up, they stitched me up, I had to get 5 stitches in my leg. Until now, I haven't really wanted to say anything, because it's been, like, a serious moment, and I'm like, I really need my shoe. I'm like, I really need my shoe back, and I need my shoe. I need my shoe. I need my pillow too. I need my pillow too. And we go to where the van is, and I like look through the van, and I'm like, I see my pillow. And my dad's like, "Don't crawl into the van." I'm like, "I'm not gonna crawl into the van." And he's like, "Don't crawl into the van." I'm like, "I'm not gonna crawl into the van." And then he says it again, and I'm just like, okay, I was just in a car accident. I'm pretty sure if I yell at him, he's not gonna do anything. So I was just like, I am not going to crawl into the van. I just yelled it at him. I'm like, "Calm down. I'm not gonna get into the van. Oh my God." And so I'm like looking, and I found my water bottle, and the next morning I tried to take a shower, and there was still, like, stuff all up in my arm. So, like, I looked at my arm to try to clean it, and I was just like, I got so sick. I was just like, "Oh my God, I can't do this." I got, like, so sick. Like, my vision started to blur, so I had to, like, get out of the shower, because it was, like, so hot now. And I just laid down on the floor, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't. It was my first car crash ever, but like this video if you enjoyed my story. Like this video if you have ever been in a rollover accident. Like this video if you've ever been in an accident. Like this video if you like this video. Comment down below any of your car crash experiences, and maybe they're worse than mine, maybe they're not worse than mine, but I would like to hear. Please subscribe to me for more videos, hopefully every Tuesday. Probably not though, but hopefully. And I will see you next time. Bye!
Is this thing on?